Hi everyone, my name is Anjali, otherwise known as the Ranting Mallu, and you are tuning into my very first audio review. I know, don't get too excited. I'm just testing out this format to see if I like it and to see whether or not this is something you're interested in. Please let me know how I do, if you have any advice or comments, suggestions, things of that sort. Anyway, let's get into it. The first thing that I'd like to discuss is about the film that just came out recently, and honestly, it's created a huge craze. 96. 96, if you're not familiar with it, is the Tamil film that released in the latter part of 2018, created and generated a lot of buzz. People fell in love with the two characters. They resonated with them. It became a huge sensation. And if you're not familiar with the movie, you might not know why. If you have seen the movie, then I hope you liked it. I enjoyed it myself. But let me just give you a little bit of background. The movie centers around two characters, Ram and Janu, respectively played by Vijay Sethupathi and Trisha. And the movie talks about, and I guess shows, the reunion between two people who loved each other in high school, meeting each other for the first time after 22 years. Now, I don't think that most people, especially those of you that are listening to this, have experienced something to that intensity, but I'm sure we can all relate to our first childhood crush. So anyway, they're meeting each other for the first time after 22 years, and as the story unfolds, we find out what exactly happened to them. Why did they lose touch? Why were they not together if they really liked each other that much? And as you continue to watch the story, it becomes a bit of a will they, won't they, you know? There's still that chemistry, there's still that spark. They're friends upon seeing them interacting with each other after the first time. They're like, oh my gosh, is something going to happen? Are they going to do something? Should we be worried? The film continues on forward and it dances on that idea of, are they going to act upon their emotions? And I really don't want to spoil the film for you if you haven't seen it yet, because I highly recommend that you watch it. But what I wanted to touch upon is, why did this film resonate with so many people? And I think the reason that it resonated with so many people is that it provides this realism that we haven't seen in cinema in a long time. Most of the time you watch a movie, you're going to think, hey, eventually something's going to happen, this and that, and they defy the laws of physics and everything essentially to get together. Or, it's just it just doesn't seem like it would actually happen in real life. And so when you watch this movie, you get hit with the sense that, you know what, this is actually quite realistic. Most of the time, 90% of the time I would say, people really don't end up with the people that they fall in love with, You have somebody that you really like, you see yourself with them, 14, 15 years old, and you wonder what happens? What if I got with this person? But realistically speaking, that never happens. So with this movie, it touches on a lot of heartstrings, and it pulls and it messes with our emotions, because ultimately what we want, our innermost desire-wise, what we want to happen does not happen. And it's not a bad thing, and I think it's really beautiful that we're able to portray that in a movie and have so many people be touched by it. On top of that too, you get that feeling of nostalgia, thinking back on your school years, thinking back on the time that you spent with your friends. I don't know if this is the case for everyone, but a lot of people have pleasant memories of their childhood. And so when you go back and you think of those pleasant memories, those happy times, it can get you feeling a little nostalgic, right? So all in all, it's a fantastic film. I highly recommend that you watch it if you haven't seen it yet. I've seen it maybe 4 or 5 times now, and it hasn't lost touch. I think a lot of that has to do with the background score as well. Not only is the film shot beautifully, the film's background score as well as the music just ties everything in together. And I feel like the movie itself probably would have just been an okay movie, but with the scenery and the visuals and the music, the interactions between all the characters, all of that meshed together, that's what makes it a truly beautiful film. So yeah, I highly recommend that you watch this movie if you haven't seen it. If you have movies that you'd like for me to watch, please let me know. I would love to watch whatever you hand me. I have a long list of things that I haven't seen yet. I know I need to, and eventually I'll get to it. This is not my day job, as I'm sure everyone has a hobby, right? So if you have a suggestion, feel free to message it to me. I'm on Facebook. You can Facebook message it to me, or you can even email it to me. I do have an email, and it is rantingmallu@gmail.com. So I look forward to talking to you soon, and we'll go from there. Thank you all, and you have a fantastic day.